0 to 1. Notes on Startup or How to Build Your Future by Peter Thiel with Blake Masters. Introduction, The Path Less Traveled. Have you ever felt like you're on a treadmill, working hard but not truly creating something unique or deeply fulfilling in your life? Do you sometimes wonder if there's a different way to approach your goals, your career, even your personal evolution? A way that breaks free from the crowded path everyone else seems to be on? If these questions resonate with you, then you're in the right place. In this book review, we're going to journey through the core transformative ideas of a truly unconventional book. We'll explore how to stop copying what already exists and start creating something new and valuable, not just in business, but in your own life. Think of it as a mindset manual for building a future that is truly your own. We'll uncover why challenging common beliefs can be your greatest strength, how to find unique opportunities that others miss, and why daring to be different is essential for profound growth. But it's not just about abstract ideas. We'll delve into practical ways to apply these concepts, to think more like a visionary founder in your own personal quest for a meaningful and impactful life. Ready to discover how? About the author and the book's impact. Before we dive in, let's talk about the mind behind these ideas. The book we're exploring is 0 to 1, Notes on Startups, or How to Build the Future, co-authored by Peter Thiel with Blake Masters. Now, Peter Thiel isn't your typical author. He's a highly successful entrepreneur, co-founder of PayPal, the first outside investor in Facebook, and a co-founder of Palantir Technologies, a company that deals with big data analysis. His experiences aren't just theoretical. They're forged in the fires of high-stakes innovation in Silicon Valley. Thiel is known for his contrarian thinking, his willingness to question widely accepted assumptions, and his focus on creating truly new things, going from 0 to 1, rather than just iterating on what already exists, which he calls going from 1 to N. 0 to 1 originated from notes taken by Blake Masters for a course Thiel taught at Stanford University. These notes quickly gained a cult following online before being refined into the book. Why? Because 0 to 1, while ostensibly about startups, struck a deeper chord. It challenged the prevailing wisdom about competition, innovation, and the very nature of progress. It's not just a business book. It's a philosophical guide that has prompted readers across various fields to rethink their approach to creating value and shaping the future. For a self-help and personal growth audience, its impact lies in its powerful metaphors for individual development. How can you go from 0 to 1 in your life? How can you build a unique personal monopoly on your talents and passions? That's the exciting territory we're about to explore. Part 1. The Crowded Path and Its Pitfalls. The illusion of progress. Are you just moving from 1 to N? So let's set the stage. Thiel begins by drawing a critical distinction between two types of progress. Imagine the world as it is. When you take something that already works and simply make more of it, or do more of the same, that's horizontal or extensive progress. It's like going from 1 to N. Think of globalization, taking a successful business model from one country and replicating it in another. It's familiar, it's understandable, and it's often what society encourages. We see it in careers where people follow well-trodden paths, aiming to be a slightly better version of what's already out there. But then there's vertical or intensive progress. This is about doing something new. This is going from 0 to 1. It's about creation, invention, discovering a new way. Think of the first personal computer or the first social network. That's a 0 to 1 leap. This is where true innovation lies, and Thiel argues, where the most profound value is created. Now here's the crucial point for personal growth. Are you spending your life moving from 1 to N, or are you striving to create your own 0 to 1? It's easier to copy a model than to create something new. Following the crowd, competing on the same terms as everyone else, feels safer, doesn't it? Thiel challenges this very idea of healthy competition. He provokes us with a counterintuitive thought. Capitalism and competition are opposites. Capitalism, he says, is about the accumulation of capital, but in a perfectly competitive environment, profits are competed away. Think about it in personal terms. If you're constantly competing in crowded fields, defined by others' rules, how much of your unique energy and potential is being diluted? How much are you truly gaining? He uses a fantastic analogy from Shakespeare. According to Marx, people fight because they are different. But Shakespeare, Thiel suggests, shows us that often combatants look remarkably alike, fighting over things that, in the grand scheme, might not truly matter, losing sight of why they started fighting. Ever felt like that in your own life? Trapped in rivalries or comparisons that distract you from your unique path? This ideology of competition, as Thiel calls it, pervades our society, from education to careers, often trapping us even when it yields diminishing returns. The question then becomes, how do we break free from this one-to-N mindset and step onto the zero-to-one path? Part 2. Forging your unique path. Unlocking your edge. The power of contrarian truths and secrets. So, if the conventional path of competition and imitation isn't the way to create something truly new and valuable, how do we find these zero-to-one opportunities in our lives? Thiel offers a powerful starting point, a contrarian question he likes to ask. What important truth do very few people agree with you on? Think about that for a moment. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly hard to answer. Why? Because, as Thiel points out, knowledge taught in schools is by definition agreed upon, and psychologically, it takes courage to voice an unpopular belief. But this question is key because good answers are as close as we can get to looking into a future that's different from the present. They point towards secrets. What are secrets? Thiel defines a secret as an important and unknown truth, something hard to do but doable. He suggests there are two kinds: secrets of nature, like scientific discoveries, and secrets about people, things people don't know about themselves or hide. For personal growth, this is gold. What important truths about yourself, your potential, or the way the world could work do very few people see, including perhaps yourself, until now? Most people, Thiel argues, act as if there are no secrets left. They believe all hard problems have been solved. This can lead to incrementalism, risk aversion, complacency, and a feeling that the world is too flat or competitive for any individual to make a unique contribution. Does that sound familiar? That feeling that all the good ideas are taken, or that you just need to follow the established formula? But here's the empowering part. Thiel passionately believes there are many secrets left to find. And great companies, or indeed, great personal transformations, are built on these open but unsuspected secrets about how the world works. The best place to look for these secrets? Often it's where no one else is looking. What fields, personal talents, or approaches to life are currently undervalued or unexplored? What are people not allowed to talk about, or what is considered taboo, that might hold a hidden opportunity for growth or contribution? Finding these secrets requires relentless searching and a belief that they exist. It means moving beyond conventional wisdom. Interesting, isn't it? What secret about your own potential are you ready to uncover? Creating your zero-to-one life beyond copying success. Once you start questioning conventions and looking for secrets, you're on the path to creating your zero-to-one life. Remember, every moment in business, and Thiel would argue, in life, happens only once. The next Bill Gates won't build an operating system. The next Mark Zuckerberg won't create a social network. If you're copying them, you aren't learning the deepest lesson from them. The act of creation is singular. It's about bringing something fresh and strange into the world. This is the essence of going from 0 to 1. Doing what we already know takes the world from 1 to N, adding more of something familiar. But creating something new is where true transformation lies. Thiel observes that in business, all happy companies are different. Each one earns a monopoly by solving a unique problem. All failed companies are the same. They failed to escape competition. Let's translate this to personal growth. Could it be that all truly fulfilled individuals are different, each having carved out a unique way of expressing their talents and values, their personal monopoly? And perhaps those who feel unfulfilled are often stuck in the same patterns of comparison and competition. Building this personal monopoly isn't about dominating others. It's about dominating your unique niche. It means becoming so good at what you distinctively do that you escape the direct, soul-crushing competition of trying to be like everyone else. This requires understanding that creating value is not enough. You also need to capture some of that value for yourself, whether it's fulfillment, impact, or financial well-being. How do you start? Thiel advises startups to start small and monopolize. Dominate a small, specific niche first. For an individual, this could mean focusing intensely on developing one core talent, solving one specific problem you care about, or serving one particular community you resonate with before trying to be everything to everyone. Think of Amazon. Jeff Bezos's vision was to dominate all of online retail, but he started with books. He picked a niche where he could become the dominant solution. What's your book market? That initial focused area where you can create something uniquely valuable. And here's a challenging thought. Thiel talks about last mover advantage. It's not always about being first. It's about making the last great development in a specific market and enjoying enduring value. In personal terms, this isn't about rushing to achieve something before others. It's about building something so uniquely and authentically you, with such strong foundations, that it has lasting significance in your life and for those you impact. It's about a long-term vision for your personal 0 to 1. What would that look like for you? Mastering your destiny. Why you are not a lottery ticket. This brings us to a fundamental question. Is success in life, this journey from 0 to 1, a matter of luck or skill? Many successful people attribute their achievements to lucky breaks or being in the right place at the right time. And while humility is admirable, Thiel challenges us to consider the role of agency and design. He quotes Jack Dorsey, founder of Twitter and Square. Success is never accidental. Thiel argues that we've become too quick to dismiss those who claim to succeed according to a plan. And this leads to a crucial concept for personal growth: your view of the future. Do you see the future as something definite, something you can understand and shape? Or do you see it as hazily uncertain, ruled by randomness? This distinction leads to 4 mindsets. Indefinite pessimism. The future is bleak, and there's nothing you can do. Think of Europe's bureaucratic drift, in Thiel's view. Definite pessimism. The future is bleak, but you can prepare for it. Thiel points to China, relentlessly copying what works because they fear falling behind, not because of boundless optimism. Definite optimism. The future will be better if you plan and work to make it better. This was the spirit of the Western world from the 17th century to the 1960s, building incredible things like the Golden Gate Bridge or the Apollo program. Indefinite optimism. The future will be better, but you don't know how, so you don't make specific plans. You just try to keep your options open. Thiel argues this has dominated American thinking since the 1980s. Which one resonates most with you right now? Thiel is a strong advocate for definite optimism. He believes that you are not a lottery ticket. Your life is not just a series of random events. You have agency. You can design your future. The trap of indefinite optimism is that it can lead to a life of many-sided mediocrity, collecting diverse skills and experiences without a clear direction, always preparing for a completely unknowable future, ready for nothing in particular. It's the mindset of endlessly deferring concrete plans. But a definite optimist determines the one best thing to do and then does it. They strive to be great at something substantive, to be a monopoly of one. This requires rejecting the unjust tyranny of chance. It requires believing that you can and must actively create the future you desire. But it's not about being rigid, but about having a vision and working towards it with intention. What would it mean for you to approach your future with definite optimism? What's the one big thing you could commit to building or becoming? Part 3. The transformation. Embracing your unique journey. Building an unshakable you. The power of foundations. So, you're ready to embrace contrarian thinking, aim for your 0 to 1, and operate with definite optimism. Fantastic. But how do you ensure these efforts lead to lasting change and success? Thiel emphasizes something he calls Thiel's Law. A startup messed up at its foundation cannot be fixed. Beginnings, he says, are qualitatively different from all that comes afterward. The decisions you make early on, the partners you choose, the core principles you establish, are incredibly hard to correct later. Now, how does this apply to your personal growth journey? Think about the foundations of your life. These could be your core values, your fundamental habits, the key relationships you invest in, or the foundational skills you decide to master. Getting these first things right is your primary job as the founder of your own life. You can't build a great life on a flawed foundation. What does a strong personal foundation look like? Clarity on core values. What truly matters to you? These are your non-negotiables. Keystone habits. What daily or weekly practices will support your vision for yourself? Think of habits related to learning, health, focus, or connection. Strategic relationships. Thiel emphasizes the importance of co-founders knowing each other well and sharing a prehistory. In your life, who are your key partners in growth? Are these relationships built on shared values and mutual support? Full commitment. Thiel advises that everyone involved in a company should ideally be full-time. For personal growth, this translates to being all in on your own development, not dabbling or treating your most important goals as part-time pursuits. You're either on the bus or off the bus, as Ken Kesey said. And here's a powerful, perhaps counterintuitive idea about compensation that we can adapt. Thiel notes that for early-stage CEOs, lower cash pay often correlates with company success because it aligns them with long-term value creation. For us, this might mean prioritizing long-term fulfillment and impact over short-term gratification or external validation. Investing your time and energy, your equity, in things that build lasting value for you, rather than chasing immediate but fleeting rewards. What is one foundational aspect of your life you could strengthen right now to better support your 0 to 1 journey? Conclusion. Your journey from 0 to 1 begins. Now we've covered a lot of ground, journeying through Peter Thiel's provocative ideas in 0 to 1. We've seen that true progress, true fulfillment, often comes not from copying what exists, going from 1 to N, but from creating something entirely new, going from 0 to 1 in your own unique way. We learned the power of asking contrarian questions to uncover hidden secrets and opportunities that others miss. We explored the idea of building a personal monopoly by cultivating your unique talents and passions, escaping the destructive cycle of endless competition. We embraced the empowering mindset of definite optimism, the belief that you are not a lottery ticket, that you can and must design the future you desire. And we underscored the critical importance of getting your personal foundations right, because what starts strong often stays strong. This isn't just about abstract concepts, it's about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and your potential in the world. It's about daring to think for yourself, to challenge conventions, and to build a life of meaning and impact that is singularly yours. And now, the last step. Let's see if you've really absorbed these game-changing ideas. I have a few questions for you, not as a test, but as sparks for your own continued reflection. What is one important truth about your potential or your path that very few people might agree with you on, but you feel deep down is right for you? Recalling the difference between 1 to N, copying, and 0 to 1, creating, what is one small step you can take this week to move towards a more 0 to 1 approach in an area of your life? Considering definite optimism, how can you transform an area where you felt like a lottery ticket, subject to chance, into an area where you are the conscious designer of your outcomes? What's the single most impactful foundational element you could focus on strengthening in your life right now? The journey from 0 to 1 is ongoing. It requires courage, clarity, and commitment. But the path to creating something new, something uniquely yours, is the most rewarding path there is. Don't just let these ideas sit. Don't let this be just another book review you listen to. The world needs your unique contribution. It's time to find your singular way to make the future not just different, but better. Your journey from 0 to 1 begins now. Continue that journey and build something amazing.